How to achieve peace of mind using Stoicism. In times of great uncertainty, the ability to keep calm isn't an unnecessary luxury. The ancient Stoics didn't shy away from adversity, but instead managed to endure while continuing their pathways of virtue. Misery is rooted in fear, an emotion that characterizes periods of unrest. It's the cradle of hate and violence, of hostility and oppression. And the more this emotion spreads around the globe, infecting us all like a virus, the more we suffer. But here's the thing, my friends. We have the power to change the way we approach these uncertain times, and that's what we'll explore today. So, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel to join us on this journey of resilience and inner peace. Now, let me take you back to that tumultuous time in my life when it felt like the world was collapsing around me. It's a story of how the wisdom of the Stoics entered my life and transformed it in ways I could never have imagined. Imagine a time much like the present, where uncertainty and chaos were the prevailing themes of the world. I was grappling with personal challenges, health issues, and financial struggles. The weight of these burdens bore down on me, and it seemed like there was no escape from the never-ending cycle of anxiety and fear. My well-being was in jeopardy, and I was desperately seeking a lifeline to regain my composure and find some inner peace. One day, as if by fate, I stumbled upon the writings of the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, particularly his renowned work, Meditations. It was like finding a beacon of light in the darkest of nights. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, faced trials and tribulations that most of us could only imagine. Yet he remained steadfast in his principles, maintaining his composure amidst the chaos that surrounded him. I was captivated by the notion that someone in such a high-stress, high-stakes position could find tranquility within. As I delved deeper into the wisdom of the Stoics, I realized that their philosophy wasn't just about empty words or grandiose ideals. It was a practical guide for living a life of resilience and peace in the face of adversity. These ancient philosophers had not only survived, but thrived in a world filled with turmoil, and their teachings held the key to transforming my own life. So, what can we learn from the Stoics about staying calm in the midst of uncertainty? Allow me to expand on these practical tips that have not only helped me tremendously, but have the potential to bring a profound transformation to your life as well. Number 1. It's not the events that disturb us. Expanded. In the world of Stoicism, one of the most profound and transformative insights is the understanding that external events themselves are not the primary disruptors of our inner peace. Instead, it's our perception and interpretation of these events that hold the power to either disturb or fortify our tranquility. This age-old wisdom is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, resonating in harmony with many Eastern philosophies and offering us a profound perspective on how to navigate the challenges of life. Consider for a moment the common belief that we should be shielded from suffering and that hardships such as illness, financial setbacks, or loss should be kept at bay. This expectation often leads us to fear these inevitable occurrences, to resist them vehemently, and to become disheartened when they inevitably arrive. It is within these reactions that our suffering truly originates. Stoicism teaches us that while we may not have control over the external circumstances that shape our lives, we possess a formidable power, the ability to choose how we respond to these circumstances. By shedding the notion that only favorable outcomes should befall us, we open the doors to a deeper acceptance of reality. It is not the events themselves that disrupt our inner peace. Rather, it is our judgments, reactions, and attachments to these events. This transformation in perspective is not merely a philosophical concept. It is a profoundly practical approach to life. The Stoics invite us to approach life with equanimity and to embrace the full spectrum of human experience, encompassing both joy and adversity. In doing so, we free ourselves from the relentless pursuit of ideal conditions and instead find peace in accepting life as it unfolds. By relinquishing the expectation that life should always be smooth and trouble-free, we make room for a profound shift in our emotional responses to adversity. Instead of struggling against the inevitable, we begin to accept it as an intrinsic part of the human journey. This acceptance is not passive resignation, but an empowering realization that our thoughts and interpretations hold the key to our emotional well-being. The Stoics guide us to reinterpret the events of our lives, to view challenges as opportunities for growth, and to recognize that it is our perspective that shapes our experiences. As we internalize this Stoic wisdom, we become adept at riding the waves of life with grace and resilience. The storms of adversity no longer rock us to our core. Instead, they become the very challenges that strengthen our resolve. In essence, Stoicism is a profound call to embrace reality, to cease resisting the inevitable, and to understand that it is not the events themselves, but our responses to these events that ultimately shape our emotional landscape. It is the path to inner peace, a path paved with acceptance, resilience, and the unwavering understanding that our perceptions and judgments are the architects of our emotional world. Number 2. Most things have happened before. Imagine this. We humans often view life through a limited lens, one that is shaped by our relatively short lifespans. We see the world in the context of our own experiences, and what appears as a unique and unprecedented challenge to us may, in fact, be a recurring theme in the grand tapestry of history. To better understand this perspective, let's reflect on a fascinating example: the life of a mayfly. This minuscule insect is born and dies within the span of a single day. Its existence is marked by simplicity, and it knows nothing of the complexities of night and day, the changing of seasons, or the passage of years and decades. To the mayfly, what we might perceive as once-in-a-lifetime events are everyday occurrences. In stark contrast, the universe reveals itself to us through cycles and patterns, much like the rhythmic ebb and flow of tides. And unless we live long enough to witness these cycles, the events that shape our world seem novel and extraordinary. But when we delve into the annals of history, we discover that many of the challenges that disturb us today, wars, pandemics, natural disasters, and ideological conflicts, are not unique to our era. As the wise Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius once remarked, "Look at the past, empire succeeding empire, and from that extrapolate the future, the same thing." This sage observation reminds us that the events we face today have predecessors that stretch back in time. Empires have risen and fallen, plagues have swept through nations, and conflicts have arisen between conservative and progressive ideologies time and time again. This understanding brings solace in realizing that, while we cannot control the external world or prevent challenges from emerging, we can control our responses and attitudes towards these challenges. By acknowledging that the human experience is a continuum of recurring themes, we can prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally for the trials that lie ahead. We no longer need to view these events as unique or insurmountable, for history serves as a reservoir of wisdom, showing us that others have faced and overcome similar challenges. In embracing this Stoic perspective, we open ourselves to the transformative power of acceptance and resilience. The Stoics remind us that rather than being paralyzed by fear of the unknown, we can find strength in the knowledge that we are part of a broader human narrative, one marked by the repetition of adversities and, ultimately, by our capacity to endure and grow stronger through them. Number 3. Our thoughts are unreliable. Our minds, undoubtedly one of the most remarkable features of human existence, have the capacity to create entire worlds. Our thoughts can be vehicles for imagination, creativity, and innovation, paving the way for extraordinary achievements in art, science, and human progress. However, our thoughts can also become treacherous waters, leading us into the depths of needless worry and suffering. Imagine for a moment the ceaseless torrent of thoughts that often inundate our minds. We anticipate the future, sometimes with anxiety, as we project ourselves into a landscape of hypothetical scenarios. These thoughts may be irrational, driven by unfounded fears or the exaggeration of potential risks. We worry about what might go wrong, what obstacles we might face, and how we'll cope with adversity. In contrast, our minds often reminisce about the past, replaying moments of regret, grief, or missed opportunities. We get entangled in the web of what-ifs and if-onlys. The mental loops of ruminative thought can lead to a persistent cycle of dwelling on past events and their emotional aftermath. But here's the crux of the matter. These thoughts, as vivid and consuming as they might be, are, in reality, nothing more than mental constructs. They are not tangible or concrete. They are the stories we tell ourselves about the past and the future. It's essential to remember that our thoughts, while influential, do not define reality. As Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, wisely noted, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This insight is profoundly liberating. It encourages us to take a step back from our thoughts, to examine them with a discerning eye, and to recognize their inherent unreliability. Our thoughts are not the events themselves. They are only our interpretations, often colored by our emotions and perceptions. By realizing that most of what we fear or anticipate never comes to pass, we can release ourselves from the chains of unnecessary suffering. We can free ourselves from the grips of anxiety and regret. It's the difference between reading a menu and savoring a meal. Our thoughts are the menu presenting us with an array of possibilities, but they are not the actual experience of life. The scenarios we concoct in our minds may or may not manifest in reality. Stoicism teaches us to focus on the present moment, the only reality we truly have. By shifting our attention from the turbulence of our thoughts to the calmness of the here and now, we escape the bondage of excessive thinking and find solace in the present's serenity. In doing so, we can release ourselves from the chains of our own imagination and embrace life with a sense of equanimity and inner peace. Number 4. Adversity can make us stronger. Adversity, the crucible of life's challenges, is often perceived as a formidable foe, capable of breaking our spirits and testing the limits of our endurance. It is the stormy sea upon which we navigate, uncertain of what lies beyond the next wave. But the Stoics encourage us to view adversity through a different lens, not as an insurmountable curse, but as an opportunity for personal growth and the forging of inner strength. Consider the example of Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, who confronted myriad trials during his reign. He faced political intrigue, wars on the empire's borders, and the weight of leadership in tumultuous times. Yet he held a perspective that has resonated through the ages. It's fortunate that this has happened and I've remained unharmed. This Stoic mindset doesn't deny the existence of adversity or the challenges it presents. Instead, it invites us to reframe our relationship with these challenges. Adversity, rather than being an adversary, becomes a companion on our journey of self-discovery. It offers us an opportunity to uncover hidden reservoirs of resilience, courage, and wisdom that might otherwise remain dormant. In the face of adversity, we have the choice to view it not as an insurmountable obstacle, but as a catalyst for personal development. Instead of succumbing to the weight of difficulties, we can see them as opportunities to test and strengthen our resolve. Just as a blacksmith forges steel in the hottest of fires, it's during the storms of life that our character is honed, and our inner fortitude is put to the test. This transformation is akin to a shift in mindset from victim to victor. Instead of seeing adversity as something that happens to us, we can see it as something that happens for us. By embracing adversity as an essential part of our journey, we release ourselves from the fear and apprehension it often instills. The Stoics remind us that every minute spent feeling bad about our situation, or resisting what it is a minute that could be invested in making the best of our lives, regardless of the circumstances. It's a perspective that prompts us to adapt and thrive amidst challenges, transforming the adversities we face into stepping stones towards a more resilient and enlightened version of ourselves. In essence, embracing adversity as a teacher rather than a tormentor, empowers us to navigate the turbulent waters of life with grace and determination. It's a lesson learned from the Stoics, reminding us that the obstacles we encounter can become the very source of our strength, resilience, and inner peace. Number 5, the present is all we have. The present moment, often fleeting and ephemeral, is a realm in which time's ceaseless flow converges into a single point. It is the ever-evolving canvas upon which our lives are painted, and it holds a profound secret, the key to inner peace. In our fast-paced world, many of us find ourselves trapped in the prison of our own minds. We dwell on past regrets, replaying moments where we wish we had acted differently. We also cast our minds into the uncertain landscape of the future, imagining all the potential scenarios, both hopeful and dreary. This mental habit of ruminating on the past and worrying about the future can be the source of unending inner turmoil. The Stoics, drawing inspiration from the teachings of their predecessors and the wisdom of their own introspection, remind us that the present moment is where life unfolds, and it's the only reality we truly have. While it's essential to learn from the past and plan for the future, our true existence is centered in the present. Staying in the present is the art of mindfulness, a practice that frees us from the shackles of past regrets and future anxieties. When we fully engage with the current moment, we are liberated from the chains of rumination and ceaseless worry. It's the difference between being caught in a relentless river of thoughts and finding a calm and serene island amidst the turbulent waters. The past is an irrevocable land of memories, a realm where the deeds are done and the consequences, whether sweet or bitter, have already been tasted. We can learn from the past, but we cannot change it. Worrying about past actions is a futile endeavor. It only adds unnecessary suffering. Similarly, the future is a vast unknown, a landscape where our desires and fears manifest as possibilities. But just like the past, the future is beyond our direct control. While planning and preparation are wise, excessive worry about what might happen robs us of the joy and peace of the present moment. The present, in contrast, is a sanctuary where we find respite from the ceaseless demands of time. It's a place where we can fully immerse ourselves in the beauty of existence. In the present moment, we savor the richness of life, the taste of a delicious meal, the warmth of a loved one's embrace, the beauty of a sunset, or the simple pleasure of drawing a breath. By grounding ourselves in the present, we reconnect with the beauty of life's simplicity and the profound peace that arises from acceptance. It's an embrace of what is, rather than what was or what might be. The Stoics encourage us to dwell in the now, to be present with all our senses, to feel the world around us, and to find solace in the realization that the present moment is the most significant and tangible gift we possess. In sum, by staying anchored in the present, we free ourselves from the tumultuous waters of the past and the unknown depths of the future. We find a still point in the ever-spinning wheel of existence, a place where inner peace and contentment reside. Stoicism reminds us that our true power lies in this very moment, and it's here that we can find the serenity and clarity to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. Number 6, we're dying anyway. Life at its core is a journey with an inevitable destination, death. It's a sobering fact that often evokes fear, uncertainty, and a sense of urgency within us. However, the Stoic philosophers encourage us to confront this reality with a profound perspective, one that emphasizes not the finality of death, but the richness and significance of life itself. The Stoic principle that we're dying anyway reminds us that from the very moment we are born, our lives are marked by the ticking clock of mortality. Our existence is finite, and no one is exempt from the passage of time. It's a universal truth that transcends age, gender, and circumstance. In a world that often seeks to deny or avoid the uncomfortable reality of death, Stoicism urges us to embrace it. Far from being a morbid or negative view of life, this acceptance of our mortality serves as a powerful motivator and reminder of the preciousness of time. It encourages us to make the most of the limited moments we have, to savor the experiences, and to strive for a life well lived. This philosophy teaches us to recognize that our days are numbered, and this acknowledgement does not lead to despair but rather to purpose. By understanding the transient nature of life, we are prompted to make meaningful choices, to prioritize what truly matters, and to focus on the things that bring us fulfillment and joy. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, stated, "Whatever years are behind us are in death's hands." This statement underscores the idea that the past, once lived, is beyond our control, and the future, uncertain and unpredictable, is beyond our grasp. It's the present, the here and now, that belongs to us. Embracing the uncertainty of life and knowing that the sands of time continue to flow encourages us to seize each day with enthusiasm, gratitude, and a sense of purpose. The Stoics remind us that it's not about the length of our days but the depth of our experiences. Each moment becomes an opportunity to learn, grow, love, and contribute. The acceptance of our mortality is not a bleak acceptance of a predetermined fate, but a call to live intentionally and authentically. It compels us to examine our values and ask ourselves what legacy we want to leave behind. In essence, the Stoic perspective on our finite existence teaches us that death is not the enemy. It's a constant companion on our journey through life. Rather than cower in fear, we can find the courage to embrace the uncertainty of our existence and to live with vitality, wisdom, and inner peace. It's a powerful reminder that our time here is a gift, one that should be cherished and celebrated, no matter how long or short our individual paths may be. Number 7. In the grand scheme of things, we're not that important. Life can often feel like an immense, all-encompassing drama, where our individual joys, sorrows, and anxieties take center stage. It's easy to become entangled in the web of our concerns, viewing them as monumental in the grand narrative of existence. But the Stoics offer a profound perspective, one that invites us to step back and see the bigger picture. A perspective that provides solace and relief from the weight of our worries. Stoicism encourages us to recognize that, while our lives are meaningful and our experiences deeply significant, they are merely a minuscule fragment within the vast tapestry of the universe. This perspective, though humbling, can be remarkably liberating, especially in times of anxiety or uncertainty. To put our lives into perspective, let's consider the example of the mayfly, a creature born and perishing within a single day. To the mayfly, its brief existence is everything it knows, a life that unfolds within the confines of a single day. But imagine the perspective of a tree, like the 4,700-year-old Methuselah, which has witnessed countless generations of mayflies come and go. To the tree, a human life equates to only about a year. Now let's expand the scale further, beyond the tree, beyond human civilization. Our planet, Earth, is home to a history that spans millions of years, and our human experience is but a tiny chapter in that extensive tale. Even our most profound achievements and our most pressing concerns may appear quite insignificant when viewed through the lens of cosmic time. This Stoic perspective on our relative insignificance is not meant to diminish the value of our lives or the importance of our experiences. Rather, it serves as a reminder that many of the things we worry about today may, in the grand scheme of things, fade into insignificance over time. The Stoics, like the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, encourage us to realize that our lives are just a brief moment in the grand play of existence. This realization has the power to alleviate anxiety, as it reminds us that the difficulties and concerns that dominate our thoughts today may be of little consequence in the broader sweep of time. By embracing this broader perspective, we can find a sense of relief from the burdens of our daily worries. It allows us to release the grip of anxiety and recognize that the ups and downs we experience are part of the natural ebb and flow of life. It encourages us to prioritize what truly matters and to seek the beauty and wonder in our existence rather than becoming mired in the minutiae. Ultimately, Stoicism offers us a pathway to inner peace by encouraging us to look beyond ourselves, beyond our immediate concerns, and to see our place in the grand tapestry of existence. This shift in perspective can empower us to navigate the uncertainties of life with grace and equanimity, reminding us that, while our lives are brief, they can be profoundly meaningful and fulfilling. My dear friends, as we draw the curtain on this journey into the heart of Stoicism, it's important to recognize that Stoicism is not about denying the challenges and tribulations we face in life. It's not a call to pretend that everything is perfect or that we are invincible. Instead, it is an invitation to strengthen the very core of our being, to bolster our inner resolve, and to meet adversity with unwavering courage and grace. In the grand tapestry of life, we are not mere spectators. We are the weavers of our own destinies. We hold the threads of our thoughts, our choices, and our responses, and with them, we craft the patterns of our lives. Just as the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This truth is the essence of Stoicism, a philosophy that reminds us that the power to shape our own destiny resides within us. While we may not have control over the external world, we possess the extraordinary ability to master our internal world. We can transform challenges into opportunities, adversity into growth, and suffering into wisdom. Let's not just admire Stoic wisdom, let's embrace it. Let's harness its teachings to find the strength within us to navigate the stormy seas of uncertainty. With each Stoic insight, we fortify our spirits. We equip ourselves with the tools to maintain inner peace in the face of life's tempests, and we discover the capacity to shine even in the darkest of times. But our journey doesn't end here. It's just the beginning. As we part ways today, I leave you with a call to action. If this exploration of Stoic philosophy has touched your heart, if it has illuminated the path to inner peace, then I invite you to take the next step. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Join our community, our fellowship of seekers, on the path to wisdom and resilience. Together, we will navigate the uncertainties of life with the wisdom of the Stoics as our guiding light. Thank you for being a part of this transformative journey. Remember, we have the power to thrive amidst uncertainty, to be the architects of our destinies, and to find enduring inner peace. Until we meet again in the next video, stay resilient, stay inspired, and may the wisdom of the Stoics be your steadfast companion. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching.